Hey family, how are you? These days is rough, bro. Nah, honestly, this is all new. This is very different. The other day marked a year since my mother's passing, and the emotions is just a lot. This is my first time dealing with death with someone close to me, and it's my heart goes out to anyone who's ever lost a parent. My heart goes out to anyone who's ever lost anyone that they're close with and they love. It's not easy. I don't even know the right words because there aren't any, so I'm not going to try to look for them. I'm sorry. That's all I can say. That's the only words that comes to my mind and my heart. I am so sorry. In other news, I had to just break up with my therapist. I just went through a breakup. It was hard. It was so hard. It was hard. Y'all know I'm an empath and I don't like hurting people's feelings. So it was so hard. Oh my gosh, it was so hard. She had to go. She was not just my therapist. She was the family therapist. I think she's a great person. But trial and error is okay, especially in therapy, especially because it's our first go around. I could not stick with her because I did not want this to be a daunting experience for the children. They wasn't feeling how I wasn't feeling her. Oh, God. Girl, let me drink some water. It's not her. It was her. It's like she's a trauma therapist. Like, she's used to dealing with really trauma-filled situation. She's used to dealing with like people who are being integrated back into society, like youth that's, girl, she used to dealing with trauma. So I felt like she wanted us to open up about things that wasn't there. We got trauma in this household, but it's not the trauma she's used to. Like, nobody in here has been through, like, I don't want to even say the stuff because it's so touchy and so sensitive, and I don't want to trigger anybody because it's so sensitive. But things like essay and, you know, things that I don't want to talk about. We don't have any of that in this family. So the reason why we even needed the family therapy to be started, because y'all watch me go through it with Makayla, and I worked so hard to just find the source, and I started blaming myself, and I'm like, yo, am I such a shitty mom? Like, bitch, I know I ain't the best, but am I that bad that this baby will run away? And now that we've gotten to the root of the problem, it's like, oh, okay, that's what it was. Makayla has, Makayla has mental health issues. That was hard to say out loud because now that we have a diagnosis, I feel like it's okay. We all have mental health issues. Do y'all want me to go in this closet behind me and pull out my papers? I was diagnosed with emotional disturbance at a young age, and I actually ended up going to a faraway school for people with all mental health disabilities. Yes, me. It took me as a grown adult to learn how to cope. You don't get better, bitch. I'm still loca en la cabeza, bitch. I'm still a little off. We all are off. I don't care how sane you think you are, baby. You, all them screws, they ain't too tight up there. We all have some form of mental health disabilities. It's okay. It's all about how you're able to control them. Some people absolutely cannot control it. They can't, so they need a lot of support. Some people, mental health disabilities is controlled with medicine. Some people, like me, were functional. We learned and we taught ourselves. We went through therapy. We became functional members of society. Doesn't mean we don't experience it or we're not going through it or whatever. We just learned how to deal with it. My child has something called ODD. And if you don't know what that is, it's something called oppositional defiant disorder, right? Same way we are all diagnosed with, baby, you know how many of us as adults is now being diagnosed with autism? You didn't even know you could be autistic at this big age. You know how many, my anxiety People don't know how crippling anxiety can be because they play with it so much. People like, oh, I got anxiety, I'm anxious. Oh, I got anxiety, you messing with my anxiety. Until it's a real thing. And you don't know how it feels to have an actual anxiety attack. You don't know how it feels for your anxiety to be crippling. And people who are involved in my life, like ask my significant other, my anxiety is life crippling. To the point where sometimes I don't leave my house. Like, I don't have to take medication for it because I know how to control it. Like, I know how to handle myself. But we all have something going on with us. So with this finding and this understanding of my daughter's actions, Makayla, it had nothing to do with who I was as a parent. It had nothing to do with something I did to her. Makayla was trying to save people, is what she was trying to do. Makayla her brain didn't chugga choo choo to say, maybe I should tell people around me what I'm trying to do. Maybe I should openly say what's happening. She was afraid. She was afraid. And I understand where she was coming from, because now that I'm involved, hell, sometimes I'll be afraid. I get it. Makayla brain doesn't catch up to her actions. So little things that I just want y'all to be mindful of as a parent, even me, now that I'm in therapy and we going through therapy and I'm learning new things. I always knew something wasn't right, but the old school mama that we was brought up with doesn't trigger that way. Let me give you an example. I could tell my daughter, take this cup and put it in the sink in the kitchen. By the time she gets to the kitchen, she's forgotten what she went in there to do. So she sits it on the table and she walks off. And as a parent, you're going to be like, you don't listen. Didn't I tell your ass to put it in the sink? Da, 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 da. After you did all that fussing and screaming and yelling, she goes back in the kitchen and still doesn't remember what she was supposed to go in there and do. Now, your old school brain, you so hard-headed. You're being so hard-headed. You're not listening. What is wrong with you? You want your ass whooped. That's what we was conditioned to. That's what we was conditioned to believe and how we was conditioned to react. As I grew as a parent, right? Because this is the never-ending growth, baby. You will have to grow forever. I started to realize this is not being done on purpose. She's genuinely, she doesn't know. She doesn't want to purposely get in trouble. She really cannot help herself. She cannot help her. You know when someone cannot help themselves, when it won't affect you. It only affects them and they still do it. So let's say, for example, you tell your child, you act out in school again, I'm not leaving my job. I'm not coming up there. I'm not answering my phone. So now the child sees, hold on, mommy's not being affected by it. So here's where your mind goes off and say, they're not doing this intentionally, because you know I'm not leaving my job. I'm not picking up this goddamn phone, and I'm not coming up to that school. So you know that it's not affecting me. So you can't be doing this on purpose to try to hurt me, because it's not affecting me no more. When that child wants to graduate and wants to do good in school, but their behavior, why are you acting out? Why are you not listening? Why are you doing these things if you know you want to graduate? I know you like school. I know you're capable of doing the work. It's time for us to dig a little deeper as parents. That old school mentality, baby, gots to go. I'm sorry, Grandmama. I'm sorry, Papa. That old school mentality, how they say it? Spit a rod, whoop a child, beat a ass fucker up. How it go? You know the saying. That gotta go, Bookie. Because you beating the hell out of her when this child really got a mental health disorder. Like, you're trying to beat the sense into her that she doesn't even possess. You're whooping her ass for nothing, baby. Stop beating her. You fucking Shaquita up for no reason. Leave her alone. You decking Ray punching him in his damn chest. The nigga don't even know that he just did that. He didn't even do it on purpose. Let's take time to check on these kids' mental health. Growing up, my mother used to tell me, please, you don't even know what stress is. Bitch, I got 7 boyfriends and I'm in the 9th grade. I'm failing every class. I'm ready to skip school. 4 bitches want to jump me in the bathroom. The teacher don't even like me. She keep picking on me. And she called me bullheaded and pulled me by my book bag. You telling me I don't know what stress is? Why? Because your stress is different from mine? Because you paying bills that you're not really even paying because of welfare paying it? Because you complain about food, but you spent all my food stamps on crack legs? Stop treating me like that. Don't do that. Please, y'all kids so goddamn grown. You so fast in your ass. You don't even know what love is. You don't know. You 37 years old. You crying over this nigga. But I don't know what love is because I'm 13. We in the same boat, Bookie. You crying over Ray Ray because this nigga keep texting his baby mother when you told this nigga that he should have blocked her a long time ago, and if she wouldn't talk, she could take both of y'all phone. You crying over the same nigga that's done cheated on you 14 times and told you he'll never do it again, to the point where you talking about self-love. Self-love when you laid up with a nigga that ain't even paying a phone bill. Nigga can't even pay the cable bill. And ain't even cable, it's just Wi-Fi only. We don't even use the cable. He ain't even paying the Netflix. Nigga ain't even paying the Hulu. And you telling me that I don't know what love is? I'm 13, Bookie. We going through the same emotions. Yeah, I might not know this nigga when I get 16. And yeah, I shouldn't be having these adult emotions. You shouldn't be having these kid emotions. You too grown. You too grown. We're in 2024. We only 2 months in. You on your 4th relationship. What are you talking about? Give these kids some grace. Give them the same grace that you give yourself, okay? I'm going to always advocate for mine. And if your children are a part of my life, I'm going to advocate for yours too. Because Miss Jasmine gets down, she don't play. Anywho, let's go about our day. What I'm doing, listen to the noise. Yep, I'm frying chicken. Let me give y'all a fried chicken hack that please, will I ever steer you wrong? Friend, would I ever do that to you? Can you please listen to what I'm about to say? When I tell you this top tier, if you fry chicken in flour, listen, you just fried some chicken, right? You floured up your chicken, you put it in the pot, you fried it. Took your chicken out the pot. Some people do whatever with their oil. Leave the oil in the pot. Leave it. Leave the oil. Don't strain the oil. Don't take the oil out the pot. Put it into another. Please listen to me and leave the oil in the pot. Let's say 2 days later, 1 day later, couple hours later, 4 days later. Go back to that pot. When you season your chicken, don't coat it in flour. You about to make fried chicken. Don't coat it in flour. Put the chicken back in the pot with the old oil. It's going to be those hard pieces of like fried whatever at the bottom. You know the stuff we used to make gravy. The way your chicken going to be coated and coming back. Let me show you. Let me show you. This is old chicken grease. You see the little pieces at the bottom that we used to make gravy? Sometimes y'all be thinking, as long as it's not burnt, don't let it be burnt, friend. If it's burnt, you got to throw it out. When I tell you, when you put your chicken in here without no flour on it, it's going to recoat the chicken. And this chicken ain't done yet. But when I tell you, it's going to be the best goddamn chicken you've ever experienced. It's going to taste like fried chicken. It's not going to taste like Buffalo Wild Wings or Wingstop. It's not going to taste like when you put the chicken in fresh oil and you don't coat it in flour. The old flour that was already in there from your last batch of fried chicken is going to coat this chicken. And this shit going to taste like something you've never experienced in your life. So if you still got that old oil in your kitchen right now because you ain't strained it yet, you ain't poured in your glass container, you ain't let it cool down and poured in whatever you poured it in, take your chicken, season it up real good, and put it in that oil. Use that oil with them crumbs at the bottom. It's going to be some... How do you want some of this chicken? So we have our chicken. Remember, we didn't coat this chicken in no flour. Let me put it over there. Ooh, for the hot sauce. I don't know why I've been craving spicy, but I've been craving spicy. So this is our chicken. Yep. Y'all on the... It's like... Goddamn dog got a tongue out. It's the taste of the chicken. Like... It tastes like fried chicken, but you never put flour on it. But it's a different type of fried chicken. Like... I tell y'all, you gotta try, just please. Purposely fried chicken today. I don't care if it's 4 pieces. Please purposely leave the oil. Leave it in the pot. Leave it there. Please go back and use that oil again. One more time. We gotta get one more piece. Let's try a different piece. And it don't even need the hot sauce, but hot sauce just be hitting for something each and every time. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I just need y'all to do it. When you do it, DM me. Tell me. I gotta go, y'all. I couldn't tell you. Bitch got the biggest back in the nation. Call me Big Back Billy Ball. Back so big. I'll be back. Okay, that chicken was so goddamn good that I ended up taking a nap. I'm going to end this vlog here because I have a ton of one-on-one sessions to do. Shout out to everybody that's participating in March Madness. Your bag for next month is going to be so big. March Madness is when content creators, YouTubers, TikTokers, Instagrammers, they post every single day for the month of March. And when you post every single day, when I tell you your bag is crazy, I know some of y'all at least pulling in 10, 15K next month. And that's a blessing, okay? So I'm super, super happy for you. I wish I could have participated in it, but instead I choose to take a bunch of one-on-one sessions. One-on-one sessions is when I sit down with you via Zoom, just you and I go over all your social media platforms to show you where you can improve at. I tell you the tips and tricks, things that's not on Google. I took a lot of one-on-one sessions. Trust me, they just be telling you stuff that they got on Google, and it really pisses me off. And the one-on-one sessions I take, they cost a bag. People are charging you $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000, $5,000 to sit down and talk to them because they think like they know it all, and they try to tell you what works for them. Instead, what I do is I go through your profiles. I give you the tips and tricks that work for me, but I also cater to your needs. And when I go through your profile and tell you the things you need to change, honestly, if you listen to what I tell you, there is absolutely no way you don't become monetized and start making money on social media. It is impossible. If you ever took a one-on-one session with me, drop a comment in the comment section below. Let them know, like, it's really worth it. And I'm having a sale right now. If you are interested in this one-on-one session, right here on the screen is going to be my email. You can email me there and I get you started immediately. I also work to your convenience. Girl, if you work overnight, your break is 3 in the morning, I'll meet in this 3 in the morning. That's on period. Until next time, family.
Jazzy and family. Yeah.